couple of questions. Could you explain how you go through assessing and enhancing schemes and procedures?
Certainly, my approach to assessing and optimizing any system process um, is that I will be systematic, and it is most of it is data driven. First, I try to gather data on current workflows by observing, interviewing, and understanding and reviewing the documentation. Next, I conduct an in-depth analysis to pinpoint inefficiencies or bottlenecks to slow down the productivity. After identifying these areas, I try to come up with a solution proposal which includes all the estimates for cost, the timelines, potential impacts on other departments or other systems for that matter. So once I receive an approval from all the stakeholders, I proceed with implementing the solution and monitor its effectiveness over a certain period of time. Then I structured, this approach which is structured to me and will ensure that the process enhancement is efficient, it is practical and beneficial to the overall organization operations.
Good. What would you say are some effective approaches to getting through to many parties of diverse organizational departments?
I would say effective communication across departments is essential, especially in project management. My strategy starts with establishing clear communication protocols, such as setting up regular meetings, collaborating on different projects, project softwares, to tailor my communication style to each group's needs. Let's say, for example, using some technical language with IT teams and business focused language with certain executives and stakeholders. I also ensure that all documentation is accessible and easy to understand for everyone involved. So, by regularly engaging stakeholders and checking in with them, I can address any communication gaps proactively and also make sure that there is inclusive behavior from everyone, where a collaborative approach and a collaborative environment is based on.
Could you describe a situation in which you converted analytical data into functional information for your top management?
Yes, in my previous role, I encountered a significant issue where defective Alexa devices were being delivered to users across North America. So, prompting concerns from executive team as to why this happened, my responsibility was to analyze data and develop actionable recommendations. So what I did was I gathered user activity data, customer feedbacks, and sales records. We used SQL to extract and visualize the data trends. So the analysis that I did revealed that the issue primarily occurred during only the device setup phase. So once after the device has been set up, most users encountered no further issues. So I created a presentation outlining the problem area and proposed strategic solutions, each with anticipated outcomes. This structured analysis enabled all the executives to make an informed decision quickly, resulting in a 15% improvement in customer satisfaction over 2 months. My role was pivotal in translating the technical data into insights that supported effective decision making to overcome this issue.
Okay. How about to explain what you know of SQL and database management? Like, in what way have you used these skills in your other positions in previous workplace?
I have extensive experience with SQL, which I use daily in my current role. I mean, in my previous role as well. So my SQL skills include developing all the complex queries, resolving issues within the database, and designing data models. So analyzing the data and also understanding, SQL in such a way that it is like a data storytelling. I for was my main outcome. So, for instance, I recently led a project to integrate data from our older systems into a new database, which involved exporting, transforming, and importing large data sets from the previous version to the new update. So, I used SQL to tailor all the data information and to organize the test cases in such a way that it met organizations' needs. This project not only increased the data access speed by 30%, but it also enhanced inner like the all the interdepartmental reportings, which improved significant decision making throughout the entire organization.
Now, lastly, can you tell us one of the projects you've worked on and describe at least one conflict of interest or an internal external demand that you faced and how did you handle it?
In my recent role, I managed a large scale system upgrade when I was working with Keyloop. Halfway through it, the testing department requested a substantial change to incorporate, which is a new security update before we launch the main update. So my task was to access and implement these changes without significantly delaying the project. So I organized a strategic meeting with all the IT and the backend teams to prioritize new requirements. We used Moscow framework to analyze, classify must-haves, should-haves, don't-haves, and won't-haves. We adjusted our project plan, relocated all the resources, and negotiated a small timeline extension. This process allowed us to incorporate the most critical updates while maintaining project's core goals. The project was completed with only a minor delay, and both the IT and development teams were satisfied. This experience highlighted the importance of flexibility, the clear communication we had, and effective conflict management strategies that were used. Thank you.